What's up, Tan and J Man Show Nation? It is Monday night. It is October 6th, 2025. Happy October. It's everybody out there. Happy Halloween season, I guess. You celebrate.
I
I'm
wish it
Tanner
felt
Lee.
like October.
We're getting there. We're getting
Yeah.
there. It looks like maybe starting Wednesday, at least here in Indiana. It looks like Wednesday it's going to get in the 60s. Feel kind of fallish.
Mhm.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
the weather in West Lafayette on Saturday for the Purdue Illinois game was 87 degrees.
It's
That's
like
too
still
dang hot.
90. Yeah. Yep. I'd be complaining about that if it was like game one, like Labor Day, if it was 87, let alone October 4th or whatever it was.
I legit got sunburn on my face a little bit. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And they say global
Yeah.
warming is not real, but that's a rabbit hole for another day. Whole another podcast there. So, but how we doing, J Man?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, T-Dog?
Doing good after yesterday.
Yeah, they Broncos kind of saved the weekend for you a little bit.
They absolutely did. It was funny. Stephanie and I were watching the game, and it was. I don't even remember when the score was. It might have been Broncos were only down touchdown. I feel like it was when they were down 17-3, and she's like, "Sports just aren't even enjoyable." I'm like, "No, they really haven't been lately." And then all my negative thoughts kind of went away pretty quick.
It's incredible how just a decent stretch of sports can change your entire mood.
It's pretty sad, isn't it? But
It really is. It
here we
really
are.
is. Yeah.
Here we
Here
are.
we are.
But that's what we get, I guess, for being big sport fans. So
Yeah, could have been into like cars and stuff. They never hurt you. Could have been into something that just wasn't sports. And there are some days I wish that was to be the case, but I can't quit them. I can't.
no,
I can't do it.
no, it's ingrained in us. It's in our blood. Yeah, that's not happening. We can just blame our fathers
Yeah.
because they're both sports nuts. So we got it honestly.
Yeah. My mom texted me the other day. She's like, I just think it's so great that you decided to follow all of Dad's teams. And I said, I wish he would have picked better teams.
Yep.
But he didn't. So that's why I'm miserable most of the time. So thanks, Dad.
There's been many times in the past I asked my dad, like, why couldn't you went to Florida?
Yeah.
I was trying to think of teams who are good in both basketball and football, but that's hard to come by anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and I don't like saying this, but right now the best team of both sports combined, Alabama's been pretty good in basketball, even though I don't think they're going to be great this year. I was going to say Michigan lately, but
Michigan had some bad years past couple years basketball wise.
That's true.
Ohio State's been down basketball wise for a few years now. Georgia's never real good at basketball. Clemson's been okay at basketball.
Yeah. Florida, I mean, basketball's good now, but now football's down even though they had a good win.
But yeah, it is kind of hard because you look around the rest of the Big Ten. Indiana's been good at football here the past 2 years, but they kind of aren't very good at basketball. Purdue's basketball definitely the past 2 years. Illinois is usually just basketball, though they've been bad at both. Seems like for the better part of
football was good last year. Football's good again this year.
Yeah, and basketball's been good for about 6 years now, which is nice. But yeah, no like national title contenders for both. It doesn't seem like anymore.
Wisconsin for a while.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good one. That's a good one. It was kind of they were really good at basketball the same time and football the same time Ohio State was good at both too.
Right.
They both kind of dried up a little bit, in one sport or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to really find a team. I mean, Kentucky stinks at football. We could go for an hour on just this.
We could.
But I have birdie or bogey for you tonight as an NFL question. I have a 5-stroke lead currently.
It is embarrassing. It's October 6th, and I haven't got a single trivia question correct this year. I've got bits and pieces for pars, but I haven't got one. That is just like I shouldn't be a part of the show. I shouldn't be.
I've given you some really tough questions,
You also
and I'll
like so.
yeah. This one I feel confident in you to
Oh God,
get
here we go. Here we
correctly.
go.
It's an
Here we
and
go.
you might have seen it because I saw it on Twitter yesterday, so you might have and I
I
know
don't
for a
know.
fact you follow this same account.
Hmm.
But Josh Allen became, or he's not became, he is tied for the most games with at least one passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown in the same game with 45 of them. Who is he tied with?
All this is all time.
All time.
45.
Yep.
Okay.
45 games with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown in the same game.
I didn't
Tied
see this.
with
I
one
have
other
some names
quarterback.
come to my mind, but I'm not confident.
Oh,
So
well,
we'll
I
see though.
figured you would have seen this because I
No,
saw
I
you.
didn't. I didn't.
But Birdie or Bogey is brought to you by Arlington Public House for good cuisine cocktails located 703 Main Street in Rochester, Indiana. Go check them out.
Yeah, they didn't have a. Well, yes, they did. I'm an idiot. I was gonna say they didn't have a weekend special, and right here it says weekend special. They had the smoked prime rib
Oh, I've had that
weekend
before.
special,
Very good.
and I was watching the video. That's why I was confused. But they are also hiring and looking to hire a part-time server. So if
Oh,
you're out there and have some serving experience, or even if you don't have server experience, go in, apply, right to Dreddy's place, and well, that's Dreddy's place, I should say, not Arlington Public House, but they're owned by the same people. So
I'll be honest with you. I don't think either of us would be very good servers.
I'd be horrendous,
Yeah,
absolutely awful. I have so much respect for the servers that can
sure.
don't even have to write it down,
Yeah, that's impressive.
and
It
the ones who can get the orders
yeah.
correct, the ones who can. For one, I'd just be spilling things all over the place.
Yeah, me too. Be bumping into people, spilling
No, I'd be
drinks.
off.
Yeah, food be all over.
I'd be
I'd be
bad.
yeah, I'd be fired within the first hour. There's no doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah, it for whatever reason, it feels like the people that don't like write it down, those are the ones that never get it wrong. Yet the
right.
people who sometimes write it down, it comes out and the food comes out bad. So
Yep.
yeah, but no, I'd be terrible at it, and I'm very glad I'm not in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's not many things in the restaurant industry I'd probably be good at.
no, I do like to cook, but not with time constraints on me.
And other in a party of 10 is
Yeah,
waiting for your food.
yeah. I'm good at cooking one thing, but I'm not going to be able to do
Right.
5 things at once. I'm a terrible multitasker. You can just ask my wife. That's a bone of contention. Is my inability to multitask, and working in the kitchen would not be for me.
I like to think I can pour a beer. But besides that, as far as bartending, nope.
No,
I couldn't make you a good mixed cocktail right off the top of my head.
no. It'd be either really strong or there'd be zero alcohol in it.
Exactly. No doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt. So, yeah. But like I said, Dreddy's Place / Arlington Public House, looking for a part time server. So if you're interested, go in right there on Main Street and apply. And good luck. So I thought we'd start off with some baseball talk. I mean,
Okay.
it's going to be a football heavy program, of course, with week 5, closing the books on week 5 tonight, Monday Night Football with the Chiefs and the Jaguars, and 6 weeks down already in college
Yeah.
football, which is wild.
Some teams are half over. All right. I mean, Illinois
Yep.
played 6 games already. They're
Yep.
halfway through the regular
Crazy.
season anyway. So yeah,
Crazy.
but no, yeah, the division series is happening. We had my book last week was all 4 of the wild card games, or all 4 of the wild card series would go
So
3
close.
games.
So close.
And once again, the Cincinnati Reds proved their inability to do anything good, and they got swept. They were so incredibly overmatched.
They were.
They shouldn't have been a playoff team. They won 83 games. 83 and 79 should not be a playoff team. But because of the Mets' hilarious collapse, they were.
And I will say, though, although we've seen teams in the past like the Phillies and
Yes.
the Diamondbacks make
Yes.
runs to the World Series as 80-some odd win teams.
Yeah, Cardinals won the World Series in 2006 with 83 wins.
Wow.
So yeah, they just got hot and they found a way to beat the Mets in 7 games in the championship series, and then I think they ended up sweeping Detroit in that series. But yeah, they won.
Right. Yeah.
They won 83 games. That was not a very good Cardinals team, and they still won the World Series. So yes, we have seen it.
But to your point, yeah, they were overmatched.
Yeah, and the Dodgers overmatched a lot of teams. So yeah, makes sense. But yeah, we saw the Dodgers advance in 2, and then we saw the Yankees advance in 3. Red Sox became the first team of the wild card series era to win the first one and not win the series,
Hmm.
which was kind of funny. But Yankees advanced, and then Tigers beat the Cleveland Guardians in 3, and the Cubs 1-3 as well. So I was very happy. That was about as I don't get as excited as I used to when my team wins, but that was about as happy.
Why is that? Do you think?
I don't know if it's age,
Yeah.
honestly, but
Do you
yeah,
think the 2016 season has a lot to do with that too? Even though it was 9 years
potentially.
ago, just I mean, you would still love to win a World Series. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
Yes,
anytime, but I don't know. Some
um,
of that, like, I
they
don't know what I'm trying to
yeah
say.
they did it. I've seen my team win a title.
Yeah,
Um, I can say I saw my team win a title. And yeah, I don't know what it is. Really, any sport, it's less
that's
so.
fair.
Illinois basketball is still pretty bad. But yeah, watching, I was more nervous during the game 3 because I mean, up 2, and next thing you know, there's guy on second and third and 2 outs, and Fernando Tatis Jr. is on deck. And they luckily got a fly out to fairly deep center field. Off the bat, I'm like, oh, geez, that's gone. But PCA was able to keep it in the ballpark. But yeah, I was about as excited as I've been since probably Game 5 of the NLDS in 2017. So I was very happy they moved on. They celebrated and looked like a team that was hungover on Saturday, where Michael Bush hits a leadoff homer. I was showing emotion then. I was almost running around my basement. I was so pumped. The next thing you know, they found themselves down 6-1 at the end of the first. So that kind
Yeah,
of put
I,
the damper on it. Yeah.
I was at the Purdue Illinois game, and right next to our good buddy Evan Webb, and he looked at the score. And he shows me. I'm like, oh my gosh, six
Yeah.
to one in the first, and then another time he shows me it's like 9-1 in the second. I'm like, what
Yeah.
is going on? I'm like, please, because he's usually on his phone more during the games, at the games. I think he gets a little better service, and I don't know. I'm just like watching
Yeah.
the game, not on my phone type thing. I'll check scores once in a while, even though Purdue's got a running ticker of the Big Ten games and top 25. I'm like, no offense here, J Man. I'm like, you got to pull up Josh's Twitter. I would know what he's saying. But
It went about as bad as humanly possible.
yeah, it did.
For one though, coming into the game, they announced Matthew Boyd as a starter, and every single Cubs fan's like, "What?" He pitched game 1. He only threw 50 something pitches. He'd been terrible in the second half. We thought it'd be Javier Assad would start and maybe pitch 3 innings, and then go to Colin Ray or something. They didn't even put Assad on the DS roster. So that was one, and then it turned out to be a disastrous decision. So it kind of validated our opinion while also making us mad. But they need to bounce back tonight. Obviously, you
Yep.
don't want to go down 2-0 in a best of 5.
No,
Your likelihood of winning a series then is very, very small. And they have Shota Imanaga on the mound tonight, who's been, again, bad in the second half. He can't keep the ball in the ballpark. And hopefully he has it. Last time he pitched in Milwaukee, I don't think he made it through 2. I think he gave up like 8 runs in an inning and a third or something like that. This was back in July. It was bad. Then they face Aaron Ashby, I think his name is. He's a lefty, and
I couldn't name you a Brewer pitcher right now. It's sad.
Freddie Peralta is probably going to
Heard that
finish
name.
second in the Cy Young, I'd say. Yeah,
I've heard the name there. Yeah.
second or third in the Cy Young. And Cubs can't hit him either, which makes it even worse. And he shut him down pretty good on Saturday. But he's a lefty. I think he's going to be an opener, so he'll pitch 2 innings. And a decision was made by Craig Counsell to start 40-year-old Justin Turner at first base tonight. Not only start him, he's leading him off, which Turner hasn't hit in the top 6 since, I would say,
Trying
April.
some interesting things, it sounds like, for some reason.
Now I understand why he did it. So Turner's been kind of their guy that's been playing against lefties. He's terrible against right-handed pitching and left-handed pitching. So I don't know how he continues to make the roster. But they're leading him off because Ashby's only going to go, 2 innings. So then they're going to insert Michael Bush once probably the second time through the order there. Bush will be in. So it makes sense. But then at the same time, you're losing a right-handed hitter to pinch hit. So I don't really understand it. And I don't really like it because Michael Bush has been their best hitter probably since the beginning of September. And he's been hitting lefties pretty well here recently, and I wish they would have just let him start. I don't get it. But anyway, must win tonight. Then they go to Wrigley on Wednesday, where that place will be absolutely rocking, especially
Is
if they
that a
win
night
tonight.
game?
It is a 4 o'clock Central Time game,
All right.
which are not my favorite. I prefer the 8 o'clock Central Time, which is the latest Cubs have had a first pitch in probably years. Besides being on the West Coast, but I'm okay with that because I can at least watch it more of it.
Yeah.
I'll
Yep.
be able to watch majority of it on Wednesday just because
Yeah.
I'll probably get home at like 4:15 or 4:20, so I might miss the
Yeah.
first inning.
And you
Uh,
can listen to Pat Hughes on your
mhm,
way
which
home.
I much prefer that than the national guys anyway on TV. So
All the national guys in all
um,
sports stink
yeah,
anymore.
I wish it would be great if YouTube TV came up with a thing where you can listen to your
But no,
local guy, like
yep.
radio guy, and have it synced up with the
Yep.
because I know when Apple TV um does their like Friday games, you can have like the radio broadcast for your team, which is perfect and it syncs up,
Yes. That would be great.
which would be great. But yeah, it's a big week. I mean, I keep saying each game is the biggest game in 8 years for the
Sure.
Cubs. Is what I keep saying.
Sure.
So hopefully they can keep going. But hey, they made it further than I really thought they would because I thought the Padres would get them. But the Cubs were able to really shut down the Padres stars. They held Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado 2 for 22 in this series last weekend. So they're going to be
Their
able to.
defense was really good from what
Oh
I saw.
man,
So
their
uh,
defense was awesome. Dansby Swanson didn't do much with the bat during the series, but he probably would have won wild card MVP of that round because he saved multiple runs on Tuesday and then made some fantastic plays on Thursday as well. So, and that's been the thing with the Cubs. They've had elite defense all year. Nico Horner might win the Platinum Glove this year as best defender in the sport, and he made an error on uh, on Saturday that ended up costing the Cubs 4 runs, which was
ooh.
just weird because Nico, I think he only had 2 or 3 errors on the season, and he's been one of the best defenders in all sport, regardless of position. And so that's when I kind of knew, like, okay. Coming into the game, Matthew Boyd against Freddie Peralta, I was fearing they were going to lose that one anyway. So it didn't really do much. Besides, it was just embarrassing that they got beat.
I think you'd rather lose that way though, if you're going to lose, than lose on a
For
heartbreaking walk-off
sure,
hit or home run.
definitely.
So,
I'd much rather lose.
rip the Band-Aid off right away.
Yeah, I'd much rather lose after giving up 9 runs in the first 2 innings than blow a late lead.
Maybe they'll come out pissed off tonight and like
Maybe
focused.
they need to. So hopefully, it's kind of a weird schedule. You play one, you're off one, then you're off again, then you play two, then you're off. So it's kind of a
yeah,
clunky schedule. I get why they did it because the NFL yesterday, but
sure.
and they wanted to stagger probably the ALCS or the ALDS and the NLDS, which is why the AL played both Saturday and Sunday. But and those series are interesting. The Blue Jays have blown out the Yankees.
Well, Yankees look
2 games.
terrible.
They do, and their pitching is real strength, especially starting pitching. But Max Fried got lit up yesterday.
Yeah, I think they're toast. I think they're toast.
Again, going down 2-0 is always difficult.
Yeah.
But, you get 2 home games. You get Carlos Rodon, then you get Cam Schlitter, who's been awesome. He was shut
great.
down.
Game 3.
Game 3 against the Red Sox.
12 Ks.
12 strikeouts. Yeah, and he's a rookie.
Yeah.
He didn't come up till like post All-Star break. So you win those two, and then
all the pressure's on Toronto.
Shifts on Toronto, and then Tigers and Mariners are tied at 1. Where the Tigers won an extra inning game on Saturday, and then Mariners bounced back. So, and then the Dodgers are up 1-0, and I think they're playing right now. Actually, I don't know. I think they're playing right now, or at least they're about to kick off or throw the first pitch. But yeah, it's a baseball fun time. It's bottom 3, 0-0.
Yep.
So I forgot how intense. I know how intense postseason baseball is, but when your team's in it, it's even more so intense.
Yep.
It was almost kind of refreshing to see the Cubs get blown out, as you said, on Saturday, and it was over early instead of being on the edge of your seat the whole time. So I was able to kind of watch the Illinois Purdue game more on my laptop because the Cubs got down so big.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. It's October baseball special.
It is. It is.
For sure. So you want to get educated?
I do. I actually have it pulled up if you want me to do it tonight.
All right, sure. I probably need to educate more than you. So
on this day in 1882, the first World Series baseball ball game was played. The Cincinnati Reds stomped Cincinnati. On this day in 1911, Boston Rustlers future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Cy Young's MLB farewell appearance.
He's on this thing all the time.
Where he, it was his 906th career game he pitched, which is just absurd. And he got blown up 13-3. They lost. On this day in 1926, George Herman Babe Ruth became the first MLB player through 2014, 12. That's just 12. He did it against actually a couple of them were off Justin Verlander in game one. On this day in 1945, tavern owner Billy Goat Cianis buys a seat for his goat for Game 4 of the Baseball World Series and is escorted out, casts a goat curse on the Chicago Cubs.
I remember back in it would have been after 2003, we got my grandpa a T-shirt that said, "We blew up the ball, now it's time to grill the goat."
Yep. Actually, speaking of 2003, on TikTok today, I was scrolling through, and it looked like on this day, or maybe it was yesterday, Cubs won Game 5 of the NLDS to advance to the championship series to face the Marlins. It was their first playoff series win since 1908. 2003.
Oh my gosh! Did they beat the Braves?
Yeah. Yep.
Braves?
They beat the Braves in 5. Yep.
That is wild. Since it was almost 100 years.
Now the thing is, they didn't have. They only had. They didn't really have playoffs.
Pennant winners, right? Just pennant winners.
They had pennant winners up until probably the 70s, and then I think they had divisions. But then still, it was only a championship series. Like 2 teams made it, so it made it more difficult.
Yeah, when you put it in those terms,
but yeah, on this day in, a lot of pennants. A lot of American League and National League Championship Series. 1983, the New York Jets announced they are leaving Shea Stadium for the Meadowlands.
They've sucked ever since.
Well. On this day in 1993, after 9 seasons and 3 championships with the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan announced his first retirement from the NBA. He returned on March 18th, 1995.
It would have been fascinating to be old enough to remember those 2 years when he wasn't around in the league.
Yeah, that would have been real interesting. No one talks about those years of the 90s either.
Except Houston Rocket fans.
Yeah. It's the only time they can win. On this day in 1995, the Colorado Avalanche, formerly Quebec Nordiques, played their first NHL game. Do you know who they beat?
The first game, I don't, but I'll take a stab at it. Let's go with the LA Kings. I have no idea.
Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, they were rivals with Red Wings for a long time before the divisions got all intertwined. They used to beat the crap out of each other.
2010, Phillies ace Roy Doc Halladay pitches only the second postseason no-hitter in MLB history in Game 1 of the NLDS, winning 4-0 against the Cincinnati Reds at Citizens
Yep,
Bank.
I remember it was against the Reds. Andrew Eiler was crying.
I remember where I was at when I watched this game. I was in the basement of my dorm room watching with another Reds fan, which was kind of funny to see his reaction to it.
Rest in peace, Doc Halladay. It was a good one.
Let's see. There's no more. It's kind of a rough one this week.
Not too bad. We've had worse.
Definitely.
But we've had better. But we've had worse. And that is the On This Day segment, which is brought to you by, like it is every week, Mooney Wood and Laser Crafts. Mooney Wood and Laser Crafts is a veteran-owned and operated woodcraft shop based out of Texas with Indiana grassroots. They provide 100% hand-cut custom designs that fit your needs, and their pieces are a great addition to any home, office, man cave, or kitchen, now with tumblers. Or your car. Take the tumblers with you in the car. You can see some of the recently completed projects by visiting them at Mooney Wood Laser Crafts on Instagram and on Facebook. And if you let them know the Tan Jamin Show sent you, you get 15% off your first order. And hopefully I can pull this up on my phone and everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube and the IC Sports Network can see this. But I mean, Thad is getting really good with his detailing. Here's some wooden signs here. It's the Alpha Aura Farmers, 507th CTS there. Hopefully everybody can
Ooh,
see
that's
that.
neat.
And then he had a tumbler here. This is actually a video. I mean, he's getting really detailed with some of his designs more.
I wish I
So,
had skills of some sort.
so he does a lot of military based stuff. He's in the military, but he can make it with whatever you want. And he said, I said, wow, great detail. He said, there's an Easter egg in the aura for the area where our Rangers are, New Mexico, 1950s. And then he said, E.T. was drunk and hit that mountain. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, get a hold of that, and he'll hook you up with a piece of woodworking or a tumbler or patches for a hat, stickers.
Mhm.
He just keeps growing. So go check him out on his website too, mooneywoodandlasercraft.com. We want to talk some college football.
Let's do it.
I feel like we should start off with college football. Last week we did NFL and didn't give college football too much time. And I feel like there's a lot of takeaways from week 6 around the country and in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is Penn State.
My goodness.
Going on the road to they're the worst. I would still say they're the worst Power 4 team in UCLA right now, and Penn State usually has an incredible defense, and they're supposed to have a really good defense this year. And they gave up 42 points to a first-time ever play caller, Jerry Neuheisel, and lost. And I think that's it for James. I think they'll play out the season. If they win out, maybe he'll stick around. But I think that's got to be it, right? Because he can't win the big one, and that's been the thing. But now, after almost winning a big one, he now loses to the worst team in the Power 4. UCLA's interim coach is now tied with James Franklin for most home wins over a top 10 opponent.
That's pathetic.
Yeah.
I think the only way he saves his job is they win out, go 10-2, can get into the playoffs somehow. Maybe that salvage it. But then even then, maybe he has to win one game, which they did last year. They beat SMU at home, but then they lost to Notre Dame. But yeah, I think it's time for a split for both. I mean, he's a good enough coach. He'll get it. He'll get a job pretty quickly. Yeah. But he did what he needed to do after Bill O'Brien left Penn State really quickly. He dug Penn State out of the ground of embarrassment, brought them back to relevancy. But he can't get over the hump, and it's just not going to. It's not going. If he can't do it with this team, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it seems like he's never won a whiteout game for one, which is always the big one. He did get to the playoff, but just can't. He can't beat Ohio State. Can't beat Michigan when they're good. Can't beat Oregon now, even though they just started.
We'll see if he can beat Indiana.
We'll see if he can beat Indiana. It's getting late for him there.
Yep. There was another coach somebody compared him to, and I really liked it that they kind of, brought the program up the relevancy and then couldn't get him to the next step. So I had to go. I don't remember who it was. I wish I could remember it. I saw a tweet, but that was a big takeaway. Another big national takeaway, not particularly Big Ten, of course, but Texas losing at Florida.
Yeah.
So now your teams who started the year ranked number 1 and 2 in Texas and Penn State, and were ranked respectively 7 and 9 coming in this week, are out of the top 25.
As they should be.
As they should.
I'm glad they weren't ranked this week, but Arch Manning does not look it yet. He's got some time, but time. I know Texas fans were all over Quinn Ewers last year saying put in Arch. Well, you see how that's working out for you this year.
Yep.
It's been ugly to start. I mean, I don't even think they played all that great against teams like San Jose State or whoever they play. I know they blew out a team here and where Arch walked over a guy in the aura of Arch Manning, even though he lit up a bad team. It's been bad down there.
Yeah, it really has. Washington, impressive come from behind victory over Maryland. I thought they were dead in the water, down 21.
Yeah.
Came back and won that
Yeah,
one.
they were down late too, like
Hmm.
end of third quarter, and that's a bad loss for Maryland because that could have been one of those like,
Yeah.
hey, we're actually pretty good, but you blow that
Yep.
one. Now
Yeah. You
people,
get out to 5-0, you start raising people's eyebrows.
I think they would have probably been ranked this week
I
too,
think so
maybe
too.
24th, 25th, but
I think
nope.
so too. Um, I can't think of anything other real newsworthy. Of course, Illinois beat Purdue by 16. Luke Altmaier, he'll be playing on Sundays next
He's
year.
good. Yeah,
He might not be playing, but he's gonna be on the roster. I mean,
yeah,
he might be a
yeah.
backup, but he's gonna be on the roster. Um,
Yeah, he's pretty solid. Illinois' defense is trash. They have the third worst yardage per game given up in the Big Ten, behind only or ahead of only Purdue and
right.
UCLA. And they got gashed pretty good, and they were lucky they got up. I mean, Purdue really couldn't get a stop either.
No,
Uh,
Purdue's defensive backs were god awful
yeah,
Saturday.
that might be Barry Odom's top wish list in the portal is
Yeah,
some secondary.
yeah, they were missing their number one corner, but I mean, he's not going to make up for all those explosive plays.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, Purdue just shot themselves in the foot too many
Mhm.
times too. Every time it looked like they were getting some momentum. I mean, they're up 7-3. They're driving to at least get up 10-3, if not 14-3. Michael Jackson fumbles. Later
Yeah.
in the game, they get a first stop, and it seemed like forever, making Illinois punt. This was in third quarter, late in third quarter. Down 9. Michael Jackson fumbles the punt.
Yeah.
Illinois gets it. And Illinois scores both boom, boom right after those. That just kind of took the wind out of the stadium both times. But Purdue's offense is good enough to win games, but boy, their defense has to improve. And this game this weekend at Minnesota, it starts a 3-game stretch of at Minnesota, at Northwestern, or Rutgers at home.
Yeah.
3
Winnable.
chances to maybe win some games because
Yeah.
your November's looking rough on the schedule with at Michigan, Ohio State at home, at Washington, Indiana at home.
Yikes. Yeah.
So we'll see the next 3 weeks what they're made of. But I was just disappointed because I felt like they had opportunities and just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, Purdue is way better than last
They
year.
are. I mean, that doesn't
way
take
better.
much. Doesn't
No.
take much. But
Yeah, Luke Altmaier, he's a 5th-year senior. He was 19 for 22 or something. And I think he only threw 8 times in the second half. They really
Yeah.
tried to establish the run.
Yep.
They really couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was glad to see when they handed it off. I'm like, keep
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. Because, gosh, he was just torching Purdue. And even when Purdue had good coverage sometimes, he'd drop right in the bucket. I mean,
Yeah, he made some the one right before half was a great throw.
Yeah.
And the first one after the half was a great throw, but then he was hitting Hank Beatty, who's really, really good. He kind of came onto the scene late last year, like against Northwestern, had a good bowl game, and now he's second in the Big Ten in receiving yards this year.
Yeah.
So he's very good. But yeah, Luke, he hasn't turned the ball over once this year for 6 games, so which is pretty incredible.
That'll win you ball games.
Definitely. Yep. But yeah.
Speaking of Luke Altmaier, I want to go ahead and do my blind rankings.
All right.
I actually came up with 6, but I have to cut one out here. Illinois quarterbacks.
Oh boy.
In our lifetime since you've been watching.
Yeah.
And you got to rank them. You can rank them however you want. Your favorite, which one you'd want to start a game if it was a must win. I don't care. I don't care how you do it, but you can list them, then say what criteria you went off with. But we will start with the quarterback from 2011 through 14, Riley O'Toole.
He led him to a bowl game once. I think Shieldhouse was hurt. Or maybe I don't know if Shieldhouse was there then. I think it was the next year. They started terrible and then won a few games at the end of the year, and it actually saved Beckman's job. He stunk though. They've had such bad quarterbacks since Shieldhouse left until they picked up Tommy DeVito. Their quarterback play was the worst I'd ever seen in football. I'm gonna put O'Toole. There's got to be worse guys on the list. I'm gonna put him 4.
4, okay.
Yep.
Well, you spoke about this guy a couple times just now, Nathan Shieldhouse. He was quarterback from 2010 through 13.
I'm putting him 2. He was pretty solid. He was on some bad teams though, but he was one of their consistently good performers. Which you'd think the team would be better if the quarterback's good, but those defenses were abhorrently bad.
Wes Lunt from 2014 through 16.
Wish I could put him 12th. He came in with a lot of problems. I mean, he was a high-ranked 4-star guy that went to Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Then he transferred. He was supposedly an Illinois basketball junkie, and that was a big reason why he transferred to Illinois. He was a statue back there. His offensive line was terrible, but he couldn't make any plays out of the pocket. He was bad. I'm gonna put him. There's got to be somebody worse than him and Riley O'Toole. I'm gonna put him 3.
Right? Okay. Brandon Peters, 2019 through 21.
Oh, man, I wish I could put him 12 too. I couldn't stand him. He did lead him to a bowl game, but he was bad too. But man, there's got to be a bad quarterback on this. Luke Altmaier is the best quarterback they've had since Jeff George, and I'm going to
Yes.
stick with that one. So I assume he's not on the list, but I'm not putting Peters once. I'm going to have to put Peters 5.
Well, the last guy, Juice Williams, 2006
Okay.
through 09. I saved you.
I'm okay with that because I was thinking you were going to say Jeff George Jr. and he was
No, the other one I had down, but I decided to be nice, was Isaiah Williams.
who's a wide receiver actually.
He was on the quarterback list. There was like 35.
So he started as a quarterback and then he actually led the Big Ten in receptions his junior and senior year, which was just 2 years ago.
That's right.
And he's playing for the Jets.
It said 19 and 20 was the years he was quarterback, so that's why I put him on.
Yeah, it was a bad team, and he ran it. Like I think he completed like 30% of his passes, but he ran it a bunch. And they switched him to wide receiver when Bielema got there, and he had over 1,000 yards, I think, his junior and senior year. And now he's with the Jets. He against the Dolphins last week, he fumbled once on a punt return. He fumbled once on a kickoff return, and then he called a fair catch on a punt at the 3-yard line.
I did see that. Yeah.
It's not going very well for Isaiah in the NFL, but he's in it. So,
but I gave you Juice from 06 through 09. I figured besides Altmaier, he's the next best one they've probably had since Jeff George.
Yeah, I mean Kittner was good too.
Yeah, Kittner was good.
I wasn't really watching him back then.
Kittner. Yep.
Good list.
But yeah, there's a lot of bad ones on there.
Oh my!
There's some names on there that I didn't put down. I completely forgot about.
So. Yeah. From 2014 through 2021, it was a whole bunch of crap.
Yep. I feel you there, though. I could say the same about my school. So that's the blind ranking segment, which is brought to you by, like it is every week, Performer Print 2 promo group. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for your next trade show, company picnic, or sales meeting in the end of 2025 or 2026. Performer Print 2 promo group has over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for fast and efficient response to all your print needs, so you need to look no further. Let them be your one-source print and promotional company today by giving Barbara Van Weinsberg a call at 574-210-3815. All right, you want to pick some games?
Let's do it.
All right, good slate of Big Ten games this week. We've got more of them. We got 9 of them. Last week we only had 7. Starting with a Friday night game, Rutgers at Washington. And I know Washington's favored, but I haven't seen the line yet. If my phone will load. Washington is a 11.5 point favorite.
I have Washington for 6.
I got Washington for 8. Late night game, 9 o'clock game. Long trip from Piscataway out to Seattle. I just think Washington's a lot better.
Yeah.
So taking the Huskies there. Fox, big noon, number 1, Ohio State at number 17, Illinois. Ohio State is a 14.5 point favorite.
I have Ohio State for 8. I don't know if it'll be as bad as the Indiana game, but I think it'll be close. I don't think Illinois' defense, for one, will be able to handle, which no defense can handle Jeremiah Smith or Carnell Tate and stuff like that. But Ohio State's defense is the best they've faced and probably will be the best defense they face all season. So maybe they can keep it close, but I think Ohio State pulls away at the end. Ohio State for 8.
I got Ohio State for 6. I think Illinois keeps it a game in the first half, then Ohio State opens it up in the second half. It'll be closer than Ohio State Minnesota was.
Okay, it'll be rocking for sure. This is I would say this is the most anticipated regular season Illinois game in Champaign since I've been watching.
I still wish it was a night game. I don't like trying to shove this Fox big noon down our throats.
I thought for sure this would be the first time Illinois would ever get a host game day. I think that I thought this was a good opportunity to do that, but
should have been.
Yeah, Fox swooped in and gets priority. And Illinois Fox big noon a couple weeks ago against USC, they had an incredible turnout for the pregame show, so that probably factored into it.
Well, game day is Big Ten this week, Indiana at Oregon.
Which makes sense.
Sure.
2 top 10 teams. I got Oregon for 7. I think they handle them pretty easily.
I got Oregon for 3. I think they win, but every time I
know
pick against this IU team, they prove me to look like an idiot. So
Yeah.
I'm having some caution there. UCLA at Michigan State. Michigan State's only a 7.5-point favorite.
It's on the road too,
Yeah.
or at home for Michigan State. I got Michigan State for 5.
I got Michigan State for 7. I don't know a lot about Michigan State. They're maybe the team
I
I
don't
know
either.
the least amount about in the Big Ten, to be honest, besides their coach and their quarterback. But I think, a lot of that's coming off, UCLA just beat Penn State. Could they make it 2 in a row? I think they come back down to earth.
Yep.
There's tape on them now.
Yeah. Yep.
Or more tape on what the coaches like,
Well,
coordinators
yeah.
and everything.
I mean, yeah. First time ever play caller who called us first ever plays on. Yeah.
Yep.
You got some ideas.
Nebraska 6.5-point favorite on the road at Maryland.
Nebraska, good home win against who'd they play?
Michigan State.
Michigan State,
Yep.
that's right.
Yep.
So okay, home win, I guess. I got Nebraska for 1.
I'm taking the Terps for 5.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I'm like, they bounce back, road game. Even though Nebraska will probably have as many fans there as Maryland will.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of a tough one for me to pick. I don't even know why I landed 5 on it, but there we are. I'm guessing we're going to agree on this one with the winner and points. Northwestern at Penn State, who's a 21.5-point favorite.
Yeah. Penn State's not losing again. I got Penn State for 9. If they do, though, oh boy.
Oh, if they lose 3 in a row and lose Northwestern, Franklin, he might be canned.
Yeah, he really might. Yeah.
So we already did Indiana and Oregon. Iowa at Wisconsin. Iowa's a 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah, first one to 13 wins this one. Give me Iowa for 2.
I'm taking Wisconsin for 1 because they're at home. Have you seen their schedule, J-Man?
Wisconsin's? No.
Yes. So they host Iowa, right? Next week, they host Ohio State.
Oh, boy.
Then they go to Oregon. Then they host Washington. Then they go to Indiana. Then they host Illinois. Then they go to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Not many wins in there.
No, Fickle's done. I see 4 and 8 at best.
Yep, I do too.
That's best case scenario, and I don't think they can justify bringing him back for that.
We all thought because he was a good head coach, that was a match made in heaven, and it just has not worked out.
It seems like he came in and completely changed what they've been doing forever that made him successful, and it has not gone well.
Yep. Purdue at Minnesota. And Minnesota is a 7.5-point favorite. The line opened yesterday at 10.5. So sorry, went down 3 points for some reason.
Minnesota beat who'd they beat over the weekend?
They got killed by Ohio State.
They got killed by Ohio State the week before they won. I'm taking Minnesota for 4 just because they're at home.
I got Minnesota for 4 as well. Purdue's 1-6 in that stadium. Yeah. Their last win was the last time they played there in 2022. I got some sad things about Purdue real quick. I want to say Purdue's one of 6 teams in the country without an interception.
Yikes.
They've only forced 1 turnover. That was a strip sack against Notre Dame. They haven't beat a Power 4 team since they beat Indiana in November of 2023. Oh, get this one. They haven't won a Big Ten road game since November 2022 when Jeff Brom beat Indiana to clinch the Big Ten West. Because Ryan Walters never won a Big Ten road game.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah. It's also the first time Purdue's left the state of Indiana this year.
Yeah. Okay. It'll be interesting. Maybe that'll bring a team together. Who knows?
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going Minnesota for 4 as well. Even though I'd love them to win 3 straight over PJ Fleck. Because Walters beat Fleck 2 years ago, and then they didn't play last year. Number 15, Michigan at USC. USC's a 2.5-point favorite.
This will be the J-Man's Book of Prediction of the Week. Give me the Trojans. 3 points. I think USC beats them.
I got the Trojans for 2. I think it'll be a good game, but I think USC is a little more talented as far as athleticism. Michigan's a little tougher in the trenches, maybe, but USC can really throw it around the yard. So
they can. USC's defense is terrible, though, especially against the run. So maybe Michigan can get a run game against them.
And who's the J-Man's Book of Prediction of the Week sponsored by?
Travis Watchering Insurance Agency for life, home, auto, business, renters, workers' comp, and farm insurance. Contact Travis 219-869-4561.
But top 25 games got interesting one Friday night. The newly ranked number 24 ranked again. South Florida Bulls are 4-1. They travel to face 5-0 North Texas. But South Florida is a 1.5-point favorite.
Give me South Florida. Alex
I'll,
Golesh and the boys.
I'll take the Mean Green, North Texas. They better try to get Golish, pay the man pretty soon because there's a lot of jobs open, and
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be staying in Tampa much longer.
Yeah, I mean, Florida might open for one.
Yeah. Number 8, Alabama, 2.5-point favorite at number 14, Missouri, 5-0.
The interesting thing is Missouri's quarterback is Bo Pribula, who was Penn State's backup last year, and he's having
That's
a much
right.
better year than I haven't watched Missouri, so I hope he's starting for them now that I say that. But he's having a better. But Missouri as a team is having a better year than Drew
Yes.
Allers at Penn State. Give me Alabama though.
I'm taking Alabama in a close one. They took care of business after being down for a little bit against Vanderbilt.
Yep.
They're starting to find their flow. Simpson's starting to play good football. They're starting to find things out. I just can't believe the point spread on this one. Number 4, Ole Miss, and they're ranked number 4. 32.5-point favorites at home against Washington State.
Yikes. Has Washington State won a game yet?
3-2.
Oh, they've won more than I thought. Why are they? I wonder why they're playing. Give me Ole Miss, large.
Yeah, Ole Miss is pretty good. Virginia Tech, 14.5-point underdogs. They are 2-4 at number 13, 5-0, Georgia Tech.
Give me Georgia Tech.
I like Georgia Tech as well. The Red River Rivalry, 5-0. Number 6, Oklahoma plays 3-2, Texas. And Texas is a 2.5-point favorite.
I don't get it.
Nope.
Maybe Texas will win, but give me Oklahoma. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Venables is saving his job so far.
Yep, I have Mateer and the boys getting a W, and Arch and the boys losing their third and officially eliminating them from playoff contention.
Yep.
So they can still make it with 2 losses.
Yeah.
So number 22, Iowa State, who is 5-1. I'm hearing some NFL buzz amongst Matt Campbell yesterday. Matt Campbell and Dan Lanning are the 2 hot names they said to watch.
Dan Lanning, yeah.
They're at 2-4 Colorado. Iowa State is 2.5-point favorites.
Iowa State coming off a rough loss to Cincinnati over the weekend. Cincinnati's a lot better than we both had them. I think we had them finishing in the bottom 3 or 4.
Yeah, they're a red zone pick away from being undefeated.
Yeah, they're 5-1. Give me Iowa State in that one.
I take Iowa State as well. I give Deion Sanders a lot of grief on here, but hope the guy gets his health under control. Yeah. It's scary what's going on with him out there. So I wouldn't be shocked if this is his last season in Boulder, and he has to just retire from health reasons, to be honest. So, which would be really bad for that program because they'd lose all their momentum they have, even though they are already losing momentum.
I was going to say, I think all their momentum left when Travis Hunter got taken in the first round this year.
NC State, who is 4-2, travels number 16, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 21.5-point favorite.
Notre Dame wins. They're kind of sluggish against Boise over the weekend, but found a way to win. I think they cover that.
Could this be a trap game with USC coming into South Bend next week?
Maybe. But I mean, they already have 2 losses. They got to be as locked in as possible.
Yep, I like Notre Dame to win this one. Bobby Petrino and the Hogs travel to number 12, Tennessee, who's 4-1 and a 12.5-point favorite.
Give me Tennessee. I think they're pretty good.
Yep. Texas A&M, number 5 in the country, 5-0, hosts 2-3 Florida, and A&M is a 7.5-point favorite.
Give me A&M.
I agree. Number 10, Georgia, 4-1, travels to 3-2 Auburn. Georgia is a 3.5-point favorite.
That's it, huh? Give me Georgia.
I like Georgia as well. Kansas, who is 4-2, travels to number 9, 5-0 Texas Tech, who is a 13.5-point favorite.
Texas Tech is sneaky good program there. Sneaky good team. But give me
a lot of money. I think they've spent more money than anybody.
They have, yeah.
I like the Red Raiders. South Carolina, 9.5-point dogs at number 11, LSU.
Give me LSU.
I agree. Here's a good team that not a lot of people are talking about. Number 18, BYU, 5-0. Travels to 4-1 Arizona. BYU is only a 1.5-point favorite.
Arizona's better than we thought they'd be, too. But give me the Mormons.
I'll take the Wildcats to be different.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to differ somewhere. In number 21, Arizona State, 4-1, travels to 4-1 Utah. Utah is not ranked, but they're 5.5-point favorites in this.
Give me the Utes. Give me the Utes at home. That place will be rocking.
Yeah, well, there's some really good home environments in the Big 12.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm taking Arizona State. Forks up. So, but that will do it. Unless you have anything else in college football you wanted to talk about.
Nope.
So, all right. Well, let's get into the NFL. Week 5 has been entertaining so far. Tonight's Kansas City at Jacksonville, which is a big game for both teams. But let's go with our 3 winners, 3 losers. I will let you start with your first winner.
San Francisco 49ers on Thursday night. Good win against the LA Rams. They almost choked her away, but found a way to win. And man, Mac Jones might be a little better than Brock Purdy.
No. He's a good backup.
He is. I've never believed in Brock at all.
And he's tough. He's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought when Max was, I'm like, oh my gosh, Martinez is going to have to come in this game. I didn't know he's in the NFL, to be honest.
I didn't either.
But Max hunted out. I mean, they were without like 7 starters and pulled it out, and bad loss for the Rams.
That
bad
was,
loss for the Rams. But this Niners team, they've only got 1 loss. So, and they kind of, nah. Jaguars about choked it away against them. I was going to say, and they choked that game away against the Jaguars, but no. My first winner, I got to be Homer here. Denver Broncos, going into the defending Super Bowl champs, getting a road win over them while being down 14, entering the fourth quarter. Yesterday, going into the fourth quarter, the Broncos all-time were 1 in 112 when entering the fourth quarter, down 14 or more points on the road.
Wow.
Now they're 2 in 112. It was Broncos also 2-10 since start of last year in 1-possession games going into yesterday. And the Eagles had won 20 of their last 21, including 12 straight at home. So, I mean, that Broncos offense was lifeless for 3 quarters, and something awoke in them in the fourth. They actually stuck to the game plan of running the ball to open up the pass. Defense just pinned their ears back after down 17-3, and it's amazing what happens when you start hitting on some plays and getting momentum, and came away with a big win. And now the next few games, you got the Jets in London, and then followed up at Homestead with the Giants. So they could maybe take off here. But biggest win of the Sean Payton era and the Jan Bo Nix era so far. And this is kind of crazy to think, but I think it's the Broncos' best win since Super Bowl 50. 10 years.
Interesting.
I don't know what other regular season game would be.
That's a good point.
And they just made the playoffs last year for the first time, Super Bowl 50. So not a lot to compare to it. So felt good. So I've been riding cloud 9 today, except it came out starting left guard Ben Powers is out for the next 2 months on IR.
Oh,
that's a blow to a pretty good offensive line, but hopefully next man up there. So
my second winner is the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3-2 now. And they've won 3 in a row? No. 3 of their last 4. And Drake May went punch for punch with Josh Allen there.
He played well
last night. And, Mike Vrabel's changed the culture there already. I wish the Dolphins would have hired him.
Stephon Diggs was awesome last night. He took it personally, and he was awesome. And the Bills, 11 penalties. 11 penalties will do that.
That's unlike them, for sure.
Yep. My second winner, it's kind of piggybacking both my first winner and the winner you just mentioned. I'm going with second-year quarterbacks. Good weekend for not all second-year quarterbacks, but some. Bo Nix, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, I thought played pretty well against the Chargers. So, so the second-year quarterbacks, Michael Penix didn't play. Trying to think who else was part of that draft. But those were the ones I wanted to highlight.
Caleb Williams didn't play either.
Nope, didn't play. There's another one that went in the first round, and he's escaping me right now. So there were 6 of them. Oh, J.J. McCarthy. He didn't play. So the ones that played this weekend did pretty well.
My last winner, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They look like one of the better teams in the NFC so far. Good win on the road in Seattle.
Baker would be my MVP if the season ended today.
Can see that? Yeah.
I thought Sam Darnold played pretty darn good too yesterday.
Yeah, I did too.
But he threw one bad pick at the end. So my last winner, sorry, J-Man, the Carolina Panthers, just for hanging in there down 17 and coming back and winning that game. They're an interesting team. I can't quite figure the Panthers out.
They stink.
But I haven't put them in the winner category all year, and I don't know if I will. So throwing them a bone. I'll start off with the losers, if you don't mind. The Arizona Cardinals.
Definitely, yeah.
What a choke job against the Tennessee Titans. I mean, they've lost by 3 straight games by field goals, but to teams that don't look very good. And, I mean, Cardinals start off 2-0, and I remember I was saying, maybe this team's sneaky good. Nah, they stink.
Hold on to the ball when you're crossing the end zone, the goal line. Just
For
do it.
For goodness sake. It's not that hard.
My first loser will be a team that I won't talk about the rest of the year unless they miraculously turn around, and that's the 1-4 Miami Dolphins. Um, Only 8 teams in history have started 1-4 and made the playoffs.
I'm
So
surprised it's
unless
8, to be honest.
I know, unless they miraculously turn things around, I just will not talk about them. But this team's incapable of doing that because they're a bunch of gutless losers on that roster. Offensive line sucks. Their draft this year has been miserably bad. Kenneth Grant, first round pick, worst rated defensive tackle in the NFL according to PFF. Their second round pick, Jonah, whatever, something Hawaiian, something Samoan last name. I don't even know. Savi, something. Lowest rated guard in the NFL this year. Chris Greer has now been there 9 years with 0 playoff wins. It's the longest tenured GM in history to not win a playoff game. Mike McDaniel, good offensive coordinator. They got up 17-0. It was looking pretty good, and didn't score another point till 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and gave up a 200-yard rushing game to a backup running back for the Carolina Panthers for that. It's over. It's never been more over. And I especially knew that when I was watching on TV. You know, I used to be like on the edge of my seat during the entire game. Now I was sitting in my Chase lounge and I was TikToking the entire game, looking up at the game. Okay. It was zero emotion. So it's over. Over.
Yeah, and I think Tyreek Hill's career is done as a Dolphin.
Yeah, he's done. I mean, they already announced pretty
Yep.
much. I mean, there's reports that they're going to release him anyway.
I
But
saw on the NFL page of ESPN.com that Mike McDaniel said that Stephen Ross is frustrated, unhappy. I'm like, well, no dip.
yeah,
He's an owner. Why would he be happy with starting
yeah.
104?
After every single loss, I hate the Miami media because they ask him after every single loss, "What'd Stephen Ross say to you today?" Like, what's he supposed to say?
Yeah.
Oh, he's really mad at me. He's going to
Yeah.
fire me. Like,
Yeah.
come on, guys.
Yeah. Yep. My second loser, LA Rams. We kind of hit on it with
Yep.
your winner pick of the Niners, but just when I want to believe in the Rams, you know, they lose a tough one at Philadelphia, block field goal, come back to beat the Colts, then lose this one to a banged up Niner team in the division.
Yeah.
That could come back to haunt them later on this year.
Yep. New York Giants. That's a bad loss to a bad Saints team.
Called
You
that
did.
one.
You did. Good call.
My last loser, the Chargers' health. Year in, year out, this
Yeah.
team cannot stay healthy. They're down 3 linemen now. Now, Marion Hampton's on the IR.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I get on Justin Herbert, but man, when you're taking away weapons and protection, I don't know what the guy's supposed to do. And now the Chargers have lost 2 straight. Now the AFC West is tied, Chargers and Broncos and Chiefs if they win tonight. So, yeah, there we go.
Baltimore Ravens, my last loser.
Oh, boy.
Even without Lamar, you got to be more competitive against them. One, in my opinion, a bad
stinks.
Texans team. Yeah, it's a weird Ravens team for sure.